Feel like it's been long enough that I can finally share this story, but this was a really bad date I went on, I think in September. So we meet on Hinge. This is where all terrible dates seem to begin. We're texting, we're vibing. We honestly had really good banter. He asked me out to this restaurant. I agreed to go. The restaurant that he picked didn't really have a dress code. It was one of those places that could be casual if you wanted it to be, or you could dress up if you wanted to.
Well, in this type of situation, I'd rather dress up, especially for a first date, because yeah, it's possible that it's going to be another failure and I'm not going to get along with the person. We're not going to be compatible. But what I like to do when I'm dating, and especially if you are dating for marriage, is to always think about the possibility of meeting my potential husband. So you can bet that I'm going to be dressed up and I'm going to have the nicest type of makeup and then have beautiful hair, and that I'm going to be soft, feminine, well-spoken, and going to put my best foot forward. And then if the guy ruins it, if it doesn't work out, well, whatever. At least I came prepared just in case I meet the person that is going to do the rest of my life with me. You can call me a hopeless romantic if you want.
So I didn't really know the vibes for the dress code, but if I have the ability to dress up, I'm gonna take it every time. Put on this cute outfit. I'm wearing these heeled boots that I have that are like 4 or 5 inches tall. And I was like, that might be a little much for a first date, but this guy said he was like 6'1". And then when we were texting, he was talking about how he played basketball and was really good at it. So I didn't really think much of it. Fast forward, I get to the restaurant. He said he was already there. He already had a table for us. So I go inside and meet him. He stands up from the table and gives me a hug to greet me. Immediately, I was like, damn, this is a lot about his height. He is short as fuck. Like, I was towering over him. Which I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of annoying because my philosophy as a tall girl is like, if his height starts at the 5, that's a friend. However, I mean, like, I can look past it. If I like a guy enough, I can actually look past anything.
Yeah, I'm sure every girl can relate. If a guy has specific things that you're looking for, if these are different things for every girl. If he has your must-haves, if he has that cute little smile, for some girls, that's all it takes. It depends. If you really like him, if he makes you feel some type of way, then we can be easygoing. We are willing to accept about anything. So I really believe her here, and I hope that he doesn't ruin it, because it sounds like she's still willing to give him a chance. She didn't fully eliminate him in her mind at this point. She thinks it's okay and that his height is not really a deal breaker, but at the same time, he lied. Let's be honest. If his height was not going to eliminate him lying about it could have been an issue, but she's more open about it than I would have been, and definitely more forgiving. So let's see where this goes.
So I was like, you know what? It's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker. Like, I'm just not going to mention it. I honestly wasn't that bothered by it, but he seemed to be really bothered by it because as soon as we sit down to this, like, you didn't tell me you were like really fucking tall. And I was like, well, you know, I am wearing heels. I'm on the taller side, but I'm wearing heels. And I was like, why are you wearing heels? Like, that's just really extra. We're just getting dinner. Well, babe, I am actually just an extra bitch, so you are in for a ride. Seemed really bothered by, like, the fact that I'm tall and, like, what my outfit choice was. And this was back when I couldn't stand on business a couple months ago, so I didn't say anything. I was like, let's just move on.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe that he would lie about his height. And then when the most natural and the most expected consequence follows, because you chose to wear high heels unknowingly, you didn't know that he lied and you thought it would be okay. Then he complains and blames you. That's ridiculous. That's unheard of. If it would have bothered him so much for the girl to show up in high heels, he could have been honest about his height. And she already mentioned that she thought about it when she chose her outfit, and she was not going to wear high heels because she was being nice and considerate and thought she doesn't want to emasculate the guy. Probably that's what she thought, and that's why she was not going to wear high heels. But then guess what? You know what reassured her and made her wear them anyway? Your lie. She remembered the lie and she thought that he was a specific height, which he's not. So the only person to blame here is himself.
We move on. He asked if I'd ever been to the restaurant. I said no. He asked if he can order for me. I say no because I'm a picky eater, which is just so embarrassing. But I was like, no, I prefer to order for myself because I'm just a picky eater. This man rolled his eyes and scoffed at me when I said that, which like was so just inappropriate. Waitress comes over. He's super rude to her, won't look at her. He then proceeded to order for me. He ordered a drink for me, and I already told him that I don't really drink alcohol. So I was like, oh no, I don't actually want the vodka soda, just give me water. He again scoffed in front of the waitress when I said this. I order my food, she looks at him to order, and he just said that we were gonna split the thing that I ordered, which I don't mind splitting, but he didn't tell me that beforehand, and he also told me that we were getting dinner. I thought it was more of a dinner situation versus drinks and an appetizer.
She feels embarrassed. She's the one that feels embarrassed telling us this story because she thinks it's embarrassing to be a picky eater. But I think the only person that should be embarrassed about this entire story is the guy. Because clearly you have the choice and the privilege and the freedom to select your own dish, your own meal. Everyone does. Every adult is allowed to select their own dish. I mean, unless you're a toddler, it's expected for you to look at the menu and select something, whatever it is that you want to eat. And if he doesn't have the money, he could have just told her at the end of the day to split the bill. That's fine. She would have probably done that because it's a first date, and if she doesn't like it, she can just eliminate the guy and move on. But for him to go on a date with her and then let her select the dish after he already tried to select something for her to eat, he was probably going to select something for himself actually and split it with her. That's what I understand now after this entire interaction. But in the end, he did give her permission and let her select her own dish, but he informed the waitress he's going to be splitting it with her. There are people that don't like doing that, and I'm one of them. I don't even split food with my own relatives. I mean, it's not that I cannot, I prefer not to. If you have enough money, you can select something and you can have a full meal and be full, and we're all happy while we're talking or whatever. And if you buy something to share, it's a snack or an appetizer, whatever, that's fine. But what's weird is when a stranger that is taking you on a first date forces you to split your dish that you selected with him. I don't know how they did this, but I don't like to even eat from the same plate as a stranger, someone that I don't even know, and mix saliva and all that. I think about things like this. I know not everyone does. You can say I'm sick or whatever, but at least you'd understand that I wouldn't just split my food with anyone. I'd rather just give the person my entire meal. It's not that I'm being greedy or weird. I'd give you the entire plate. You can have it on your own, but I don't feel like splitting with people. I mean, like, the terms should be clear at least. Are we using the same spoon? Are we using the same plate? And even if we're not, and we're using two separate plates other than the plate that the dish comes in, we're still gonna end up staying hungry if that's all we ate for dinner, right?
We ordered the food. Honestly, the conversation was pretty good. Like, we were vibing, like the banter was good. Every once in a while though, he would make like a really rude or weird remark towards me for seemingly no reason. I'll never forget how he asked me what I did that day, and I was talking about how I went to the gym, and he's just like, oh, you work out? I was like, yeah, like I'm really big into weightlifting. I go 5 days a week. And he just stared at me. He's like, you don't really look like you work out. Well, damn. That is so rude. Like, I know I'm not a muscle mommy, but like, why would you say that? I had other remarks as well, but that was the only one that really stood out to me.
Yeah, I understand what he's doing now. He's just butthurt still about the height situation, probably. That's why he's being mean and rude. And even the fact that he wanted to split your meal with you, which you ordered, I don't think that was about money. He probably could have afforded or paid still and covered the bill still if that was his intention, even if he would have ordered something separate for himself. But I think he did all this just to be in control. He must be a control freak. I just remember that he tried to force her to get an alcoholic drink and she didn't want, and she just ended up ordering water in the end. So I know that alcoholic drinks can be quite expensive. The price of that drink would have probably been close to the price of any other dish on the menu. So if he really wanted to order another dish for himself and not split hers with her, he could have done that. He could have afforded to do that probably because he was really forcing her to get an alcoholic drink and she didn't want to. So I don't know why he ended up splitting that meal with her and why he's being mean to her now, but I think he just wants to annoy her in any case.
But eventually the food comes, and y'all, he ate 90% of the thing I ordered. You could tell I was pissed off too because I was starving and I wasn't even trying to hide the fact that I was hungry. And his excuse was like, oh, well, like, you know, I know you're on your gym grind, so this food is like not good for you. Like, I don't think you should be eating it. I could have just left, but again, I was just not good at standing on business. So I was just sitting around kind of waiting for things to wrap up. Waitress dropped off the check, he paid. I literally saw him write 0 for a tip. And like, mind you, he has been super rude and dismissive to this girl the whole time. I was so pissed off.
I mean, I'm not gonna blame him for this. If he got the bill, I could have left a tip. I don't wait for him to do it all. It's fine. He got the bill. He didn't ask for me to split it. Despite being weird and splitting my meal with me, at least he tried to be man enough to pay for whatever we ate or drunk. I would have left the tip. I wouldn't look into that, especially if I noticed that my date was a little rude to the waitress. But I think this guy doesn't like this girl at all, and he's just here to annoy her. At this point, he's clearly working extra shifts to get on her nerves. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm reading this situation, because she's just implying that she's still hungry and that she's starving, and he doesn't care. He even makes mean comments and say, yeah, you shouldn't eat much because you're going to the gym anyway, or something weird. Like, who asked you? Who asked for your opinion when it comes to her fitness or whatever, right?
Wait, we're in the parking lot. I'm trying to, you know, head the fuck out. He's like, oh, did you want to come over and chill at my place? Are you delusional? Oh, I can't. I have to be up in the morning. Plus, I'm not the Netflix and chill type of girl. Because I'm not. He rolled his eyes, scoffed at me, saying, sure, you're not. At home, he sent me a text asking if I got home safe. I wasn't gonna respond, but I was like, you know what? Let me just say I got home safe, and then just tell him I'm not going to be seeing him again. However, when I sent that text, he had already blocked me. Oh yeah, I have a feeling he wanted me to know that he blocked me. That's why he sent that text, because I don't know why else he would do that. But yeah, he still stalks me on Instagram from time to time though,
So yeah, it's confirmed. That's what I thought. He doesn't really like you. He didn't like the fact that you're taller than him and you wore high heels on top of that, but he was the one that lied about his height. Make it make sense. And I don't think that he let that go. He stayed bitter. So that's it for today's video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe. And if you are a single woman that is actively and strategically dating for marriage, then don't forget to join my community for guidance and support. You will find the link for it in the description box under this video, and I will see you there.